Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I'm certainly not. I'll tell you why. Okay, look. You authoritarians, you're really for it this time. Right, you're really for it this time. This is Britain. Now, you know, I often say that the only police left that I support are in the United States. And for my American viewers, like most of my viewers are American, you're about to find out why. This is Britain, right? This is a man who has been arrested. Luckily, it was caught on camera. He's an elderly man. The video quality is not great. That's not my fault. I didn't film it, of course. But it's the content of the video that's the important thing, not the quality, right? This is an elderly Christian pastor, Mr. Sherwood, his name is. And he has been arrested for saying that marriage is between a man and a woman. He's a Christian pastor, okay? He's out preaching, as is very common to see in Britain. When you go to city centres, you often see religious preachers, because for the longest time ever, we have had a free country, where you are allowed to preach your religion freely. And if people want to convert to your religion, that is their choice. Not anymore. The woke brigade have had their way with Christianity, and only Christianity, of course, because they're the ones who always go meekly. So they manhandle this elderly Christian pastor. He gets arrested and carted off. The response by everyone around is the only thing that's encouraging, because people are starting to wake up to the fact that something's wrong in society. Society is moving in a strangely authoritarian, weird, build back better direction. So let's get into this clip. But if you haven't yet, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, either here or on BitChute. If you are on here at YouTube, then hit the notification bell too. If you haven't yet, share the video around. That'll really help this small channel grow. And let's get this scene, because this is an infirmia. Okay, let's go. Okay, over to the recorder and Pastor John Sherwood and what happened to him.
This is a Christian country, let him speak. Come down. That you've caused them tremendous stress. Are you going to come down? No.
You're under arrest. You will come down. Are you going to step down?
They're arresting the dear man. They're arresting him. Go on, you're on camera! 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 Absolutely disgusting. For a man preaching about Christianity, look how he's ripping it. Look how he's ripping it.
Unbelievable. And you know, let's go back and watch again, because there's some things the points I want to make. You notice the one who was being most rough was a Muslim man. You notice the police officer who was being most rough with the Christian pastor was a Muslim man. Think about it. What society have we become? Anyway, let's go back and watch again. So someone said it's a Christian country, let him speak. These are the people around, as I said. They are not having it. They're angry, right? The people are around because people are seeing this on a day-to-day basis. If it isn't Christian pastors being ripped down, it's just the host culture being insulted constantly. But it's not really even about that. It's not about this culture or that culture, really. It's about individual rights, regardless of what cultural background you have, whether you're the host culture or not. It's about civil rights, and the fact that the people who often preach about civil rights are the people who often want to take them away, right? And the people that they point the finger to and accusing them of it are often the people who are having their civil rights taken away. So the woman cop has said, you've caused them harm and distress. He's talking about a somebody who happened to be passing by, was likely part of the alphabet community, and they've been caused, quote, harm and distress by him saying that marriage is between a man and a woman. That's caused them harm and distress. So this person has obviously gone to the Christian pastor and sat and listened to him, waiting for something to be angry over. So his words have caused this I should imagine a gay man, harm and distress. So if somebody causes me harm and distress, saying I walk past a mosque or in town, even in my own town, you get people handing out free copies of the Quran, right? If I said that them preaching their religion was causing me harm and distress, do you think these cops would come and arrest them? Of course not. They would hang up the phone on me. They'd probably arrest me, right? This is an example of not necessarily socialism. I don't think socialism really has anything to do with it, but it's a phenomenon that you get in socialist or communist countries. But it's kind of a growth, a pimple on the body of socialism. It doesn't really have anything to do with the concept of socialism itself, but it is a phenomenon that happens in these totalitarian leftist countries. And that is that when the police become politicised and corrupted, or any public body for that matter, but we're talking about the police here, the person who's making the accusation, if they don't fit a certain bill, if they don't fit the narrative, they could just as likely get arrested by the people they were seeking help from, i.e. the police, than the person they were making the complaint against. That's what I mean. If I was to make a complaint against the local peddlers of the people who were giving away free Qurans, I wouldn't, but I'm just saying if I did, in my town centre, because they were giving me, quote, harm and distress, I would just as likely be arrested myself than they would. That's what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, let's continue.
You are asking your religion, and the rest, I will come down. You can hold down. Your religion is banned.
Oh, they're arresting the dear man, yeah? They're arresting him.
So I'm sorry about the quality of the footage. I didn't take it. It was uploaded. Likely it was live streamed. That's why the quality is low. But this guy here is the one who's being most rough with the elderly white man.
Go on, you're on camera! You're on camera! You're on camera! You're on camera! You're on camera!
If only they treated Antifa looters the same way. As an elderly Christian man, lived his whole life paying his taxes, he never bothered anyone. And look at the treatment he gets, because he's easy to arrest. It's easy to pick on an elderly Christian man. It's not easy to go and deal with hordes of Antifa or grooming gangs or whatnot. This is a bit that really irritated me. I will enhance the audio, but an officer is saying, as he's breaking his arm and manhandling and twisting up an elderly man as if he's a 21-year-old rugby player, I'll enhance the audio. One of the officers is saying, I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to get hurt. That's the same as walking people to a gas chamber and making sure that they're okay on the way there. Making sure they don't step in a puddle or anything. I don't want you to get hurt as we're dragging you off. Ridiculous. I think that's for him, that's an internal a mechanism in his brain. This is one of the officers, the one who's saying it. I think it's a mechanism in his brain to try and convince himself that he's somehow doing something good.
For a man preaching about Christianity, look how he's ripping it. Look how he's ripping it.
And that's what I mean. That guy, that officer there, seems to be enjoying it. He seems to be enjoying it. Disgusting. To treat an elderly man like that. And if the member of the alphabet community who was there, who obviously went out of his way to get offended, you're obviously a leftist. You guys like to virtue signal about your moral superiority. Tell me something, right? The liberals. Tell me something. If you're still there, because I should imagine you are, does it make... I bet you're happy now. Does that make you happy? That you're saying that him preaching from the Bible, saying that a man, which is in the Bible, it's also in the Quran and the Torah, by the way, that a man should marry a woman, a marriage between a man and a woman, that's caused you harm and distress. How about that elderly man getting roughed up as if he's a 21-year-old drunkard outside a nightclub? What about the harm and distress caused to him? I hope you're happy. Does that make you happy? Whoever you are, this video's blowing up, so I should imagine you've seen it online. I mean, you were there, I should imagine, in person. Do you feel happy now? A part of me wants to believe you feel all contrite, a bit like the officer who's saying, I don't want you to get hurt, I don't want you to get hurt. That's a mechanism for him to try and convince himself he's good. Well, me thinking that you're contrite, that's my mechanism trying to convince me that you're good, that there's a part of you that's still human. But my brain, that's my heart saying that, but my brain tells me you love it. My brain tells me you're one of these types that march with Antifa. You're like, look, if you're prepared to burn people's homes and family businesses down and laugh about it and celebrate it, I'm pretty sure you're going to be celebrating this. Elderly innocent man, elderly man, preacher, arrested for his political beliefs in Britain in 2021. And there we are. Like I say, the only shining light over this is that people around them, and you often see this now with these things, people have, once upon a time, I can remember a time when people just walked by, they weren't interested. People are now interested. People are interested in this, right? Whenever you see these type of things, remember that, what I said, and you'll see what I mean. Just horrible. I mean, it's not... You're not even allowed to talk about it. I worry about even speaking about this because you're not allowed to have opinions on anything anymore. You're supposed to just toe the line and shut up. And somehow the people who are making us do this, they're the good guys. They're the ones who wax lyrical about democracy and freedom. The most basic freedom imaginable is the freedom to be able to think what you want, believe what you want. And we're not even allowed to do that. So are we really free? You tell me. Anyway, look, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you haven't yet, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't yet, hit the notification bell and share this video around. We are on YouTube and BitChute. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.